a beautiful Saturday morning. Welcome on board the program Politics Today on independent television. History always has a way of repeating itself, but in Nigeria, it looks like that happens so fast. On Wednesday, the news emerged of a new faction of the ruling All Progressives Congress coming into existence, now known as the Reformed All Progressives Congress, led by one Alhaji Buba Galadima, who we also has been a close confidant of the Mr. President, talking about President Muhammadu Buhari. What has gone wrong? Why are we back here? Because we were here some 2 years ago, 2014, 2015, leading to the general election. So why are we back here? That's the thrust of our discussions today on the program. I have with me in the studio Chief Barrister A.B. Thomas. Barrister A.B. Thomas, many thanks for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you, viewers at home.
We also have with us in the studio a former Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice at the State, Barrister Henry Idahagbo. Many thanks for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much. Good morning, viewers.
We're hoping we'll be able to get the spokesperson for the rAPC on board, talking about Prince Kazeem Afegboa later on in the program, so we'll also get some insight, some input from him into this conversation. You recall also that he was the immediate past Commissioner for Information in Edo State, so we hope to be able to get him on board the program and get some insights from him, as I said before. Okay, so let's go back to come back home and look at the focus of our discussion just now. Barrister A.B. Thomas, are we back to where we were in 2014, or this is a different scenario playing itself out? Can we take this new structure, new arrangement, new development, can we take it seriously?
Thank you. Of course, we are back to where we were in 2013. You see, I have always said these things, that Nigerian politicians play politics of self-interest. They are not principled politicians. They have no manifestos. I'm not going to be quoting any book. I'll just go straight to facts that ordinary people at home understand. You see, when we are talking of political parties, we are supposed to be talking of people, of like-minded persons, who come together for the purpose of getting power to be used for the betterment of the greater number of persons. But to be a political party, the members are supposed to be members with like minds. When we talk about Action Group, we talk of Unity Party of Nigeria, we talk of SDP. These are the legacy parties that came back from Action Group of those days. The manifestos were well done. Free education, rural development, free employment, or full employment, all these things were there. But now, since 1999, what are the political parties we have been having? A group of contractors just coming together. Their main interest, the only interest that binds them, is how to make profit from their investment in politics and govern, not in the interest of the people, but their own personal profit they will make from government money. Now, if you look at 2013, what were members of CPC dealing with the NPDP? They orchestrated to break away from PDP. CPC was supposed to be a very conservative party. ANPP was supposed to be having a socialist bent. PDP was supposed to be a reincarnation of MPA and the sister party to SDP, the other one by that they had TOFA. NROC. They were supposed to be on that. Like Babangida told you, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. So those people were in MPDP who were encouraged to defect from PDP. Who later now, and those in ACN, who gave the Western states to APC. They had no business coming together, except for one reason.
To grab power.
To grab power. But they didn't know what to do with power. All they wanted to grab power.
But that's the essence of politics.
No.
To get power.
When you are coming into politics, you must have an idea of what to do with that power. They were not prepared for governance. They were not ready. They simply took these APCN people, took AMPP, took CPC, that was clearly a Northern and Islamic party. They just brought all of it together. So at the end, when they now came together and formed APC, election took place, and that I said, look, I concede power.
When you say CPC was a Northern Islamic party, yeah. I'm sure there are those who would disagree with it, because we know that there was, for example, in Edo State, a chairman or the state chairman of the party who wasn't a Muslim. So I'm sure that's certainly not.
What I meant to say,
the name of the state chairman is Godwin Elahon, former chairman of NUJ.
Yes.
What I meant to say is that 90%
of the membership
and leadership was not called and Islamist.
Okay, let me pause you there, Mr. Henry Dagmar. Let me come to you. The rAPC has said that part of the reason why they had to move, so to speak, and form this new group is because of what they described as underperformance under the current leadership in the country. Is there any substance in this, or some are saying this could just be a smoke screen? The real issue is the fallout of the just concluded convention, party congresses, whether ward, local government, or state congresses. For example, in Imo State, for example, we know the Federal High Court has asked that the Congress in that state should be reheld. So I don't know what you mean, what you make of all of this.
Well, I think the reasons are far-fetched from underperformance. If they hinge their breaking away, as it were, on underperformance, it is giving a dog a bad name in order to hang it. My learned senior Chief A.B. Thomas has tried to look at the history. You know, these disparate forces came together, if you like, maybe strange bedfellows came together for the purposes of forming a political party and changing the political order in 2015. Many people, many Nigerians, and rightly so, were not comfortable, were not happy with the performance of Goodluck Jonathan. Of course, he didn't create all the problems in Nigeria. He met a lot of the problems. He did his best to solve some of the problems. He created some afresh, but some of the youth especially were disappointed because he was the first educated, seriously educated person to be president of Nigeria, the first PhD holder, whether military or civilian. We have never had somebody of that level of education as president of Nigeria. So, because people were so disenchanted with that government, all sort of fellows came together and then to chase that government out of power. And what we are seeing today now, it's a reflection of the foundation of the party, especially when the managers of the party these past 4 years have not been able to cement the centripetal and the centrifugal forces pulling the party at various directions. I am a party member and I'm the first to confess that the politics has not been well managed. It has nothing to do with the performance of the president. Yes, of course, we can evaluate him. He has done certain things right. He has not done certain things so right. That is not to be disputed. But the party leaders and the party managers have failed in managing the party. And I'll give a classical example. Immediately after the elections, I'm sure the leadership had somebody in mind they wanted to be Senate president. That is the way it normally goes. After the election, the caucuses will meet and they will zone the Senate presidency, or they will zone the position to the various zones. And even in the various zones, they will have 2 or 3 persons in mind. Saraki, because of his own political dexterity, this man was born into politics. I've been to his father's political headquarters in Ilorin. He's a politician. And the man outsmarted everybody in the party and became Senate president. What the managers of the party ought to have done was to accept him and accept the reality. But instead of accepting him, every day he has been in office for the past 3 years, they've been fighting him. And he's an influential politician. I want to believe that it's probably one of the hands one of the supporters behind the rAPC.
No, he hasn't said so.
No, I know. Of course, he won't come out to say so for now.
So now.
But during the launching by Alhaji Abubakar Galadima, Akau Baraje, the national chairman of NPDP, was there. And the Akau Baraje is the alter ego of Saraki. He's a Saraki's man to the core. So if Baraje was there, one can deduce that Saraki is also there. I just gave that as an example, as that of poor management of the party. Okay. You know, since 2015, the party could have been better managed. So the managers created room for the disenchantment that has led to this rAPC. I am not one to dismiss the RAC people and their claim. Some have said, oh, they can go. No, that was exactly what PDP did when NPDP broke away. They said, oh, no, they can go, we will win. We are the ruling party, we are the largest in Africa, we will be in power. At the height of PDP's power, Obulafo, I think it was then, who said we will be in power for 60 years. For 60 years. Okay. So we cannot afford to make the same mistake. And that's why I agree in your intro that history is repeating itself. But unfortunately in Nigeria, it's just 3 years ago. It's repeating itself. So instead of dismissing them, we should reach out to them. We should listen to their complaints. And I believe there is some merit in their complaints. We should listen to them and then try to placate them, okay, so that we can have a united front as we approach the 2019 elections. Secondly, one of the reasons that gave birth to rAPC, 2019 is fast approaching. There will be general elections in February. And a lot of the senators, a lot of the members of the National Assembly are not very sure because of the politics in the various states. Most of the governors have become something else. A good example is El-Rufai in Kaduna. He has become Lord of the Manor, chasing senators, chasing House of Rep members, demolishing their houses. You know, something like near dictatorship. So many of them are afraid they will no longer get the ticket of the party. And of course, you know, my learned senior knows also that membership of the House of the National Assembly is not sacrosanct. Yeah. You can be recalled. You can lose your membership. There is a provision in the Constitution for cessation of membership, and that's Section 68, subsection 1G, which gives different reasons why how a member can lose his membership. But Section 68, 1G is on when if you lose your seat, if you move from one political party to another party, yeah, provided there is no division in your political party. So what they have successfully created in rAPC is a division. Okay. So any APC member moving to any other party now, you cannot ask him to forfeit his seat. There's a federal grant for it. Okay. So that is another undercurrent that has led to the emergence of rAPC.
Let me bring you in here. I heard Senator Shehu Sani, I think he's from Kaduna State,
yes,
saying that all the reconciliatory efforts, particularly against the background that a new leadership has emerged at the national level, is too late. Isn't that a fait accompli as far as this issue is concerned? I mean, reconciling...
Not only Shehu Sani. It's very unfortunate for me because I had predicted that by October there will be an implosion in APC.
So we can describe as a prophet of doom.
Oh, he's not a prophet of doom. If I'm a prophet of doom, the doom will become a boom to Nigerians. Because I had on several occasions in different TV houses said there will be no APC as it were last 2 weeks by October this year. You see, these people who left PDP and call themselves NPDP, they felt they were going to help Nigerians to remove Jonathan, whom they felt was too slow. They felt Jonathan was indecisive. Some said Jonathan was the slowest man, slow person, and so on. And they left. They succeeded in what they did. Me, I had already expected that it will happen in APC by October. Unfortunately for me, it's happening in July. Faster.
Yeah.
There is nothing like reconciliation. I'm not a politician and I will never be one, except I analyze here. You see, if you look at these people who have left and those who are yet to leave, they are NPDP members who believes that they'll be shortchanged in the affairs of the party and in governance. Now, if you look at CPC, CPC is almost like the CPC part the CPC block of APC, has taken almost every part of governance. What does the ACN block have? Like people like the Yorubas who have been given some powerful positions. ANPP, Oyegun was given chairmanship with a few other positions that are inconsequential. Now these NPDP members who, against all odds, break away from a governing party at that time, because history is repeating itself now, and if they were under this government now, they would have been arrested and persecuted and said they are fighting corruption. Jonathan left them. Nothing happened. These people have just gone out now. They know that they are going to face persecution. They knew it. And before they came, they'd be having clandestine meetings. How can you just on Wednesday sit down and announce the formation of rAPC? And you announce 18 state chairmen. You announce the national working executive members. They've been prepared. They knew what they would get. They knew they would be persecuted. They knew very well that very soon they will be added to the anti-corruption in quotes. So they have given Nigerians reasons. That some of the reasons are, we promise to give 45 naira petrol to Nigerians. Where is it? We promise to make dollar accessible at a very low rate. Where is it? We have failed. Our party has failed. The president has failed. These are what Nigerians want to hear. Not what APC members want to hear. With due respect to my learned Attorney General, I respect him a lot. Nigerians want to hear people come out and say, look, we have failed. The promises they made were just empty promises without research.
When you say we have failed, you say it like consistently. That's a subjective opinion. There are several other people
the APC members,
this government has done so well in terms of meeting the yearnings and aspirations of the people.
Mr. Duke,
yes.
Let us not deceive ourselves. And except my little friend, I have not been able to leave this country for my treatment for the past 3 years. Except my little friend.
I haven't. I haven't too.
I cannot go because I can't afford it. I can't buy my tickets. I can't take my medical bills. The money our president has spent for medical treatment abroad would have equipped up the hospitals in Nigeria.
Let's not get personal.
No, it's all personal.
No, let's not get personal. Look, you know that as a president,
please,
he has access to these things.
In
his right, by virtue of being the president.
In his campaign,
yes,
he said he will never go abroad for medical treatment. What are you talking about?
Okay, let's leave that blank.
See the Abacha loot, and I've just been covered. Now APC is saying we are going to allocate the $328 million to
the poorest,
to the poor for the poor.
Yes.
I mean, common sense. How are you going to determine the poorest of the poor? How? If not allow them to loot or to get money for election in 2019. PDP was accused of sharing money through Dasuki for election purposes. Now they are doing the same thing now. These people who are going away from APC say we don't want to be part of the same allegation that was leveled against PDP. What we are saying is that many Nigerians, including my humble self, are in support of whatever they are saying. What you should expect now is not whether Sani said reconciliation is impossible. It is no longer possible. Okay. And Oshabon is saying, oh, the president was at the convention. I say president was at the convention. If you are dining with the devil, you need a very long spoon. Busola Saraki's presence at the convention, Dogara's presence at the convention, was to give them, to confuse them, small screen, so that when the other foot soldiers pull out, then at the end, when you are hoping that you are holding meeting with the leaders, it is a very good tactician in politics. When you think you are holding meeting, only to get a bomb, we are no more there.
Okay, let me bring that advice.
Yeah, let me say very clearly that I listened to Senator Shehu Sani and I share in his pains, and I believe he doesn't deserve the kind of humiliation that has been bestowed on him by the governor of Kaduna State. But
who is an APC governor?
Yes, an APC governor.
Let me say APC.
No, of course, an APC governor.
Let me say it well.
I am not a fan of Dino Melaye, but I also believe that he has not been treated well, even though I'm not his fan. I saw this morning a comical, like a usual self, that is living, and I mean, no, something to the effect that is coming back home to his former party, PDP. And I think any serious-minded party like our own, nobody should be happy that one senator, two senators is leaving the party.
But I thought that this was a very critical issue leading to the convention. I mean, looking at the leadership that was there, people talked about, oh, there's some level of docility, there's no, lack of activeness, there is no proper management of the structure. I thought that was what this new leadership was supposed to bring on board the party. Now the leadership is there. All of these are happening.
I'm coming to that point. I just wanted to make the preliminary point that we should not celebrate these people not being happy, let alone wish them away from the party. But he made a point that we have gone beyond the point of reconciliation. That's not correct. In politics, never say never. And I know that the current leadership of the party is adroit. It's an expert negotiator. He's a fantastic manager of men and resources. And he has started working. It's unfortunate that he's not been given enough time. Barely 2 weeks in office and everything is exploding. If you give him more time, and I know he's already working. He was, for example, he was with the Senate president a couple of days ago when Senator Shehu Sani made his statement.
I was already too late.
Yes, and I know that he met with the caucus of the House of Representatives 2 days ago, and I'm privileged to know some of the discussions that went on there. And I'm telling you, he has the capacity to reconcile all these disparate forces in the party. At the end of the day, the leadership of the rAPC will come back together. Alhaji Abubakar, yeah, you are surprised because you are not one of us, so you don't know how this business is done. Alhaji Abubakar Buba Galadima was National Secretary of the CPC. So he's an old-timer in this business. For me, they have legitimate concerns which they have raised. Their block in the party has been shortchanged, and that's why in order to draw attention to the fact that they have been shortchanged, they have to do what they have done. For example, just 2-3 weeks ago, the NDP people, after meeting with the immediate party...
Let me just pass a post by Staheri Idahagmo. I've got Prince Kazim Afegboa, who is the spokesperson for the rAPC, online with us on the program now. I did say at the beginning that we're hoping to get him on to share some thought with us on the recent development with the ruling party. Prince Kazim, good morning. Thanks for joining us on Politics Today.
Yeah, good morning, Sonny. How are you doing? I'm
good. I have with me in the studio the former Attorney General, Commissioner for Justice, your former colleague, so to say, and Chief Barrister A.B. Thomas.
Yeah, I extend my warm regards to them. They are great men from Edo State.
Okay, Prince, the rAPC, you know, just came into existence last week, Wednesday, and one of the key issues raised by your group is that the present administration has underperformed. So where have you guys been all this while, being part of the party, being part of the system, to now come out at this point to say the present administration has underperformed? Isn't this a stab in the back?
No, we needed to understudy the performance of government from the last 3 years. You don't forget that some of us have been speaking in the last 1 year that this administration is not going to lead us anywhere because we have incompetent leadership at the top. You have a gullible followership at the bottom. You have sycophants surrounding the president. The president is not able to reach out to the nooks and crannies of the country to build national cohesion, national integration. We have bloods everywhere, killings everywhere. There is a breakdown in the leadership of the country. Don't forget, even Buhari himself, the president, spoke in 2011 that insecurity is as a result of failure in leadership. So under him now, it is also good to tell him that the insecurity we have in the country is a failure of his leadership. We have also been speaking, you don't forget that the NPDP has been asking for opportunity to discuss with the leadership of the party as it were. They never allowed that. They were vacillating from left to right. They were carrying out endorsement, imposition, impunity, and what have you. You know, behaving like political buccaneers and godfathers of the modern, aristocracy. We cannot continue like this because in APC, APC, as it were, we promised Nigerians good leadership. We promised them that we're going to behave differently from other existing political parties before now, and they gave us the mandate in 2015. Even in Edo State, as we speak, I don't think you mentioned any federal government presence in the last 2 years. We went around the 18 local governments campaigning for the APC, for President Buhari. At the end of the day, our rules are nothing to write to my board. That is the federal rules in Edo State and I saw, and so many other infrastructure that are begging for federal attention. So we have been talking. We just felt that the climax came at the convention barely 2 weeks ago when they started imposing people, you want to do a voice vote in flagrant disobedience to the Article 20 of the APC Constitution, which says if you have an unopposed scenario, you must carry out a voice vote of yes or no, or agree or disagree. But the chairman of the convention committee, His Excellency Alhaji Badaru, Governor of Jigawa State, just came home and said, do you agree? They said, yeah. He didn't give the other people the opportunity to say whether no or yes. He just did it one way. That's a straight-jacketed endorsement. And that is not what the Constitution asks for. So as a progressive-minded political party, it's an all-progressive party,
yes,
all progressive Congress,
yes,
you need to abide by the rules, letters, and spirit of your Constitution. You need to respect the wishes and aspirations of Nigerians and let them have dissenting voice or dissenting views to what you have. Gone are the days where you have to ram things down the throat of everyone because you feel that you want to serve certain interests. No, we are saying that at the reformed APC, it will be good for you to call them deformed APC anyway. We are reformed APC. We want to rescue the party from this kind of self-inflicted malady.
Okay, Prince, let me just pause you. Let me just pause you for a moment, Prince. Can I pause you for a moment? A new leadership has just emerged. I mean, what's wrong with allowing the new leadership of the party to settle down and get into the nitty-gritty of all of these issues to perhaps resolve them? Is it too late? Is it too late?
You haven't been listening to me. The leadership that has emerged
yes,
is fraught with constitutional bottlenecks. I am telling you that it was in flagrant disobedience to Article 20 of the party constitution, which will form the basis for any new leadership in terms of when you say somebody is unopposed. That is one. Number two, there are several litigations with respect to the conduct of that convention. Number three, there are parallel congresses in about 24 states of the federation and so many other crises in the other states that didn't have parallel congresses. So everything was like, fraught with problems, constitutional infirmities, and all manners of abuses and infractions. So we are saying that for a party that prides itself as a progressively minded party, you shouldn't behave like other smaller parties or other existing parties that don't carry out,
where does this leave the ordinary man on the street, Prince? Where does this leave the ordinary man on the street?
The ordinary man on the street?
Yes, where does this leave the ordinary man on the street?
We are telling the ordinary man on the street that they should appreciate us on the basis that we are not like all those political buccaneers who have closed the doors to the expression of democratic rights. We are giving them options and choices to say that whether we like it or not, we share in your aspirations, Nigerians, we share in your dreams, we have hope, we are marketing hope, and we are hoping that in the near future, we'll be able to give them a platform that they can appreciate. Nobody is happy about the killings in the country, nobody is happy about the insecurity, nobody is happy about the hunger, about the unemployment, nobody is happy that we're not able to carry out what was contained in our party manifesto. We promised Nigerian restructuring. It was convenient for us to say so. We are winning election. We are not doing it. You set up a committee. You apply all the rules. You come up with a document. The president says no, he doesn't believe in restructuring. The vice president says yes, he believes in restructuring. There is no synergy. There is no coordination in government. This was not the APC we envisaged. People like Henry Obahagmo will agree with me that when we were planning and working for this party APC, we thought that it was going to be an El Dorado. But today, the reverse is the case. And so we are creating a platform. We are giving voice to the voiceless within the APC to tell them that, come. We have people, individuals, persons kings and chieftains who shares in the aspiration of the ordinary person on the street.
There's a feeling that the rAPC is just a flash in the pan because it's not recognized, it's not registered as a political party. So to what extent do you think the rAPC can really make impact in the political equation in the country against the background that it's not a registered political party?
I don't understand what you mean by registered political party. I think you need to get the technicalities of our engagement. First, I'm telling you that there was no convention 2 weeks ago. The convention that was held was a mere charade. It was a convention that did not follow the rules and regulations, the provisions of the constitution of the APC in terms of the emergence of the leadership and the several positions of the party. And we are coming in as a stopgap measure in order to avoid leadership vacuum, because nature abhors vacuum. So we are coming as a stopgap measures to provide our leadership until the dispensation of all those litigations and conventions and litigations and court cases all over the country. So we do not need to apply to anybody to register as a party. We are already a party existing as APC. We are the authentic APC. All those imposition, all those impunity endorsement and what have you that was carried out at the Eagle Square run foul of the provisions of the constitution of the APC.
Okay.
And if you want to follow democracy, you must follow the norms, you must follow the rules, you must follow the regulations to the letter.
Okay.
You do not have to isolate one section or one provision at the expense of the other. It has to be holistic. And I'm telling you that go to that Article 20, go and read it. It will give you an idea of what we're talking about. And then play back the tape of the convention on that day, and you see that it was just a straight-jacketed application of that provision, which democracy forbids, which the Constitution also forbids.
Okay. Prince Kazim Afregwa, as the spokesperson for the rAPC, many thanks for joining us live on Politics Today on independent television and radio.
Thank you very much, and I want to commend the people who have been putting telephone calls across to me, showing their willingness and desire to be part and parcel of this rescue mission.
Okay.
And I can assure them that we will not fail them.
Thank you, Prince Kazim Afregwa. It's still Politics Today on independent television and radio. I want to say big thanks to you too for joining us on the program. But let's
not. I was actually talking when the phone.
Yes, I know. I'm coming to you. I'm not cutting off the program now. So I wanted you to quickly anchor the points that you were making. Maybe there are some things you probably want to respond to.
No.
Some of the issues that he raised.
No, I will respond.
Okay.
No, I agree with what he has said before you even called him.
You have already admitted. Yes.
I am not one party man.
Yes.
Party people probably listening will expect me to say he was saying Bangladesh.
No.
I believe they have points that they are making and they must be listened to.
Okay.
And the point I wanted to make before his phone call came in, the past leadership, the national leadership of the party met with the MPDP group, and they now scheduled a meeting with the president, only for the president to say he doesn't have the time to meet with them. You can't say that in a democracy. This is not 1983 when he was a military head of state.
Okay.
He's not head of state now. He's a civilian president elected by the people. Oshomole used to tell us, I am a steward of the people. I am to serve them. He doesn't serve us. We are the employers of Buhari. He's not our employer. That is where he missed it. He had the opportunity of meeting with them. They have legitimate concerns and points as articulated by Kazim Afregwa. A president ought to listen to them and meet them halfway. Politics is about negotiation. It's about give and take. And that's why I am appealing to rAPC and Kazim Afregwa and his fellow rAPC members that they should give opportunity to the new national leadership to reconcile all these seemingly irreconcilable forces. I was at the national convention. The point he made about Article 20 does not apply to every office contested for.
Okay.
I voted 4 a.m. I voted. I was at Edo State stand when the melee broke out in Delta State stand. I almost dislocated my shoulder in trying to look for where to jump down from the very high stand of Eagle Square. When Delta people came with their Delta politics and they almost killed all of us there. I was there. For example, in position of the national chairman, there were 3 aspirants. 2 stepped down, including the former governor of Edo State. They stepped down. There was no other person. In spite of that, we still voted. So it doesn't apply to all the positions. I agree. There were certain positions, they only put only one question. Instead of 2 questions. I agree. I am an objective person, and when I see a legitimate point being made by my opponent, I am compelled to agree. So what we need to do is to reach out to them. Is to reach out to Alhaji Abubakar Galadima and call him to the negotiation table. Many of them feel shortchanged. Many people work for this government. President Buhari doesn't know where a local government is on the map of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But I know the job we did in the local government on the day of election for him to win. But after winning, he becomes inaccessible. He's not even accessible to
is that a problem? Is that a problem of the president or those around him? Because
it's a problem of the president because the tail does not wag the dog. It is the dog that wags the tail.
Let me pause it. Vice David Thomas, you said that there were some things that Prince Kasim raised that
mentioned so many impurities as been going on under President Buhari. The killings. We talk of kidnappers. Then the next month or next 2 months, we will arrest kidnapper. Then he is paraded or he is taken to court. Show me one headsman who has been arrested. Instead, all we get from the president is we are on top of the situation. We will deal with them. Jonathan was there.
That was before. Now it is either you give them land or you die.
Yeah, the president is not telling us now. The president, I said it is a failure of government, not just the party. Failure of government. Now president is telling us, give them land if you want to be alive. How do you tell me that?
Did you hear the president say
that? It was in the papers.
You read
the special advisor. The special advisor said so. And the was sacked him on the spot.
The president didn't say that.
Listen. The special advisor works under the president.
Yes.
If our president can come out and say, look, he spoke, the president spoke, and I watched on television. I asked the IG to go to Benue. I didn't know he could go to Benue. Has he sacked the IG? Has he sacked the IG? If your spokesman comes out to say, give them land, it's better to give them land than to die. Is it not the duty of the president to say, look, this is not my own conviction. Go away.
Exactly.
And sack him. It means he sanctions all these things. Look, I am the head of my chambers. If you represent me outside in a wrong way, I kick you out.
Suppose the president doesn't even know that the spokesperson.
Are you saying he's not reading paper?
I'm saying that supposing it's a possibility.
Hold on.
You said a while ago. Just a minute. Because you said a while ago that the president said at some point that he didn't know that he asked the IGP to go, and he didn't go. But he said he didn't know. So it's not impossible.
Let me say this. When I first saw, no, please, sorry, sir.
I'll come to you.
When I first saw Femi Adesina's
speaking,
when it was first reported on social media on a political WhatsApp group, I said, look, no, please, we are going to the lowest step to try and discredit this government. There is no way the presidential state spokesperson can say this. Then the person brought a channel's TV footage of him talking, and he said, look, it is when you are alive that you have ancestral home. Instead of being killed, why don't you yield your ancestral home to the herdsmen
for ranching?
I still didn't believe it. The next day, it was headline in all the newspapers. And this same group, they did screenshot of Vanguard, for example, newspaper, and it was there. So there is no way the president can claim ignorance of that statement. My brother, these are facts, and one expects a proactive president, even if he had even authorized that statement to be made. Now realizing the import of that statement, he ought to have sacrificed additional. Because that was a very long statement. You can't come to my village now and say, give my land perforce for ranching so that I may not be killed in my country.
Your area is now under herdsmen.
Very wrong.
The map of the area that the herdsmen have not taken in your area initial is there. They've gone out to the forest and they're taking over everywhere. So the president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. If the security chiefs are not doing their job, is it not the duty of the president to sack them? If the president keeps them, it means he's satisfied with the job the security men are doing. How many herdsmen? Last year, I raised an alarm in this TV station that cattle went into Owe primary school, sacked the students, and they were all facing the chalkboard. Cattle took over. The students ran away, the teachers ran away. Nothing happened. I have had the opportunity of discussing I'm talking to you, discussing with very high police officers of the rank of DCP. I said, but what is happening? He said, look, have you not heard of what is called body language? If the man at the top is not interested in you, arrest any Fulani henchman, and you go and try it, you'll be sacked. It has not been so bad.
But some have been arrested. You can attest to that.
Where are they?
By Stibby
Some
Thomas.
few people
It's in the media. It's in the
some
media.
people killed 2 or 3 Fulani henchmen. And what happened? They were sentenced to death in the Adamawa State. The trial in the High Court lasted 3 weeks. They were sentenced to death.
Some have been arrested, but the arrests are not enough. We more.
And
That's the point I'm making.
Yes, some have been arrested, but not enough. To arrest more.
What happened in Jos? Oh, 300 cattle were rustled. And because of that, you now killed 200 people.
Mietiala denied that.
They denied that by Stibby Thomas. They denied that.
What did Mietiala say? They said that the crisis will continue as long as the wrestlers, the kind of wrestlers are not found.
Yeah.
They said it will continue. Yeah, okay. Have you ever arrested any Mietiala?
That's the point. The leadership of Mietiala should be held responsible for
is it true or not true that our president is the grand patron of Mietiala? Is it true or not true? I'm not a member.
Okay.
So
if you
should look, let us be very honest. This government has failed.
No, by Stibby Thomas, that's a subjective opinion. That's a subjective opinion.
I will not agree that the government has
that's exactly what I said.
Yes.
It's subjective.
The government has not. Yes.
The government. I am saying the government has failed.
No, let me. The government has not failed.
But the government.
Whether rAPC or APC remains one. Since you are a politician, I would like you to take up membership of any one of the two. Whether you vote for it. The point I'm making is this.
Yes.
The security issue has not been. Let me not say security issue because the security situation has improved. Let me finish. Before the government came in, Boko Haram was rampaging across the length and breadth.
You're going to trigger another line.
No, wait. Yes, it can be triggered. But let me land.
Okay.
It's a fact that Boko Haram took over some local government councils in this country and even hoisted their flags. It was a republic within a republic. That now has reduced considerably. But Boko Haram has been replaced by Fulani S-men. And they are also killing, like Boko Haram people were also killing. So for me, one form of insecurity has been replaced by another form of insecurity, which is not good enough. One life matters. For the past 15 days, a drama has been playing out on international television, CNN. 12 boys, and let me use the word, and let the public permit me to use the word, only 12. Young boys, footballers. They went on an excursion into a cave in Thailand. Thailand, from the sound of their name, even sound like an undeveloped country. But the entire nation has been held spellbound in trying to rescue just 12 boys. Because that country realizes that every life matters.
The police officer
has died now. He took oxygen to the boys, but he didn't have enough oxygen for him to come out. And he died because it takes 6 hours for him to come out. So every life matter. Every life should matter in Nigeria, and every death arising from
be a source of concern to
us.
We have our first caller on the line.
Liability should rest.
Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller. Please listen. Views expressed are entirely yours. And also do not say things that are unfounded. Hello, good morning. Yes, good morning. We are listening to you live. Go ahead. What's your name?
Good morning. My name is Egusa. I'm calling from Ikolopo Ahmed.
All right, Egusa, go ahead.
Okay. This is Egusa.
Go ahead. We can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
My political leader and AP Thomas.
Yeah.
So I see what they are saying. That I know that man is very mad and very objective when he's speaking to national issues. But I want to remember one thing that before that 2015 general election, so a few weeks or 2 months to that election, Jonathan government have rescued some local government that were being captured by Boko Haram.
Okay.
But it's just so unfortunate that now nobody remembers those areas. And most of those local governments today, they are still occupied by the same Boko Haram. And Buhari is not doing anything. So the area of Buhari government, if Eridano said Nigeria that Buhari has not failed, maybe he just want to show passion to that person. It's true that every Nigerian man knows that Buhari has failed. He failed on trader. If you hear that person is not aware, the hunger in this country is number one. And that's what you realize that the poverty rate today in Nigeria by international community has even exposed this present administration. Then insecurity in terms of killing, and that's what you also agree that really this government has also failed in that area. Then the economic policy of this government, before Jonathan left office, we also aware that Jonathan government were number one in Africa in terms of economic policy. But today, he has gone beyond the trade. So, and in that, I know you want to show passion to this party. Then the truth is that this government has failed. At this 2019 election, the votes are in that for whether the Nigeria really love this Buhari or the hatred, because and that one should know one thing, man. It's a man that has lost so much. He should just know one thing. Let me just make this point today. That the way the Northerners were living in the South, go back to North and vote for Buhari. It cannot happen again. Because most of those Northerners, some of them live in my area. I asked them one-on-one. They said they cannot go back to North and vote for Buhari. That is number one. Secondly, again, that anxiety of change that Nigeria live on to remove Buhari, Jonathan May. That change, that state spirit is not there. So if maybe, for example, that Buhari were having 200,000 votes in a those states on the similar regime for Buhari, now it should be 50% will go out on that vote. It should be 50,000.
Okay, I'm sure these are speculations. No empirical evidence to back all of this up. And besides, we're just getting close to 2019. I'm sure that's when all of these things will be. But all the same, thank you for your views. Our studio phone is open 052-290-573. From wherever you're watching us across Nigeria, you can dial that number and let's get your views, your opinion on some of the issues that we have raised. Just now, come back to you, gentlemen. Hello, caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Airport Road.
Go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Please, I'm David calling from Airport Road.
David, go ahead. We can hear you loud and clear. You're on Airport Road. Go ahead, please.
All right. I want to say something about the rAPC. They were saying something about the party not being registered.
Yes.
If you play back to 2015, when we have the new PDP that actually made Jonathan to lose that election and made the APC to win the election. The new PDP, they were not registered. I just want to advise people in the rAPC to remain strong. When the time comes, they will know who to vote for. They don't need to be registered, or they don't need to bring a sole candidate to bring somebody as a candidate to be voted for. Exactly what played out in 2015, I expect the same thing to play out with the rAPC. On the issue of the headsmen, or whether the government has failed or not, we all know that Buhari is the head of the headsmen. It's just the same thing that happened to Obama. When Obama was president of the U.S., you can see that Obama did not do anything so serious about the Middle East, just the way Donald Trump is doing now, just the way what we call George Bush did. Because you can see that Obama has this Islamic background. Do you understand? You cannot expect Buhari to arrest any of those headsmen. He knows where the killers are. He knows who are the killers.
These are very weighty allegations. Just hold on for a moment. Hold on for a moment, because when you say he knows where the killers are, he knows where they are. Those are weighty allegations that cannot be substantiated in any way on this program. So we will not allow you to go on that plank. Just be a bit objective, like you started. I'm sure that will be okay with us, because we're here in the studio. And then you're saying these things on air. Everybody's listening to you. We can't substantiate those things. You can't even substantiate them yourself.
Hey, you know what? Let me tell you something. Hello, can I still go on?
Yes, yes.
So the issue of, okay, let me just leave the issue of the headsmen.
Yeah.
Okay, the other one that said give out your land, or you face debt, or either give out your land.
That is better to give out your land than dying. That's the way it was said. Yes. Yes.
We know that one is not a word that ought to be uttered.
Okay.
On the air or on the media. You don't expect me to give out my land for a Fulani headman. How many of the Southerners have you seen that have been given land in the north?
Okay. All right. So let me just pause you there so that we can give the opportunity to more people. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. All right. As I was saying,
yes.
This government has failed.
Mr. Ebi Thomas, can we take that, because that's a subjective opinion?
I am
because you cannot hold on. You cannot
okay,
you can't make
do what you want.
You not know what I want. That is how it's supposed to be. Yes.
Our APC members have said this government has failed. That they gave so many instances of all promises that were made that were never fulfilled, and they are saying that they cannot be part of that again to start campaigning to promise Nigerians what can never be implemented. And of a particular interest to me is my own constituency. That is lack of respect for the judiciary.
For the rule of law.
For the rule of law.
Okay.
Now, what else do you want? Under Jonathan, no single person was detained. As a lawyer, I know, was detained without a court order. Now, in Sambo Dasuki's case, 14 courts, 14 high courts, both state and federal, have granted bail. Buhari is still refusing. And the last one we heard recently, that Sambo Dasuki is being held in his own interest. Can you hold me in my own interest and say, I want freedom? I keep going to court. And you are saying you are holding me.
I think it would be unfair to say Buhari is still holding him. It's not Buhari that is holding him. There are institutions of government.
Excuse me, sir.
No, there are institutions
Buhari
of government.
granted a press conference,
yes.
National. The first conference he gave, when he came back from abroad, TV stations were all there. And the man said, they are talking of me releasing Kanu Nwankwo. Sorry, what's his name? Is it Kanu Nwankwo? Kanu
of IPU.
And Sambo Dasuki. He said, I will not release them. I mean, this was TV, live and direct.
But he's not the whether he said so or not, he's not the one holding them. There are institutions of DSS is there, the police is there. Let's establish that.
The point raised by him, which has been amplified by the two callers. That the government has failed. Like you rightly said, is subjective.
Yes.
We have to look at it sector by sector.
Yes.
I will not sit here to give a pass mark to the government on all sectors. Okay. No, I will not.
We'll talk about judiciary.
No, wait. In terms of judiciary, for example, yes, there may have been cases of non-obedience of court orders, but there are also a lot of positive things that have happened in the judiciary. I'm talking of this issue. Let me give you two examples.
Without due process.
We are running up now.
Yeah, let me give you two examples, which I expect lawyers to be amplifying and be celebrating, and politicians. For example, we've been clamoring since the beginning of this democratic dispensation for autonomy for the judiciary in this country. It's never been possible, but this president has made it possible. The chief judges now of the respective states do not need to go capping and carrying files to sit in office of governor and wait for governor to approve robe allowance for them, for governor to approve purchase of books, for governor to approve building of high courts, fixing of high courts. They don't need it anymore because they now have full financial autonomy. Same as also be granted to the state house of assemblies. One of the reasons why you have puppets house of assemblies across the state is because of financial independence that they've always had.
By national.
Yeah, but the president assented to it. The president assented. He didn't wait for them to override it. Let's give him the credit.
Okay.
Before now, a speaker, a head of an important arm or the second arm of government will go to the office of a governor carrying file for money to repent,
to buy diesel,
and he will spend 3 hours waiting to see the governor. They are supposed to play at the same level.
Yeah.
Technically, a governor is not bigger than the Speaker of the House of Assembly.
Absolutely.
Because the Speaker of the House of Assembly and his members can remove the governor.
But the governor cannot remove it, except, well.
So now with financial autonomy, let's say those state House of Assembly, they have a budget of 120 million per annum, which means they get 10 million every month. So Kabiru Ajoto as Speaker doesn't need to go to government house for anything. If a governor can even call for a meeting and he will refuse to go, and the sky will not fall.
The president
and that is
to release the funds. Where is the autonomy? When they release, if the minister refuses to sign,
the
money comes from
it's a first line charge.
People be detained without
I'm not giving you so.
And you're not talking about
my no wait, my position is this.
Talk about that one.
I have said so.
Yeah, he has. Can I just take a call? Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning, caller. Hello, good morning.
You didn't talk about
Tell us your name. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Hello, caller. Good morning.
It is wrong.
Yeah, we'll have a call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, my name is Christopher. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Go ahead.
My name is Christopher. I'm calling from the state.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead, we can hear you. Go ahead.
I just want to ask a question. I just want to know one thing. What one project that this government has done in 3 years?
Okay. That's a question you want to ask?
What the government has done?
One project.
He said,
one project.
yes.
No, there are several projects.
Okay. Okay.
If you drive on the Benin Agbo Road,
By Sahari, that was talking
yeah,
to
they
you.
even put the signboard there, Sukok. That is the Islamic $5 billion loan they collected. They are using it to fix national highways across the countries there. I traveled to Abuja by road for the convention, and I saw it.
Those were contracts awarded by Jonathan.
Okay. Gentlemen, our time is up. Parting shots before we call it a wrap.
Yes, for me,
yes.
I want to thank the rAPC for coming to save Nigerians from the
Okay.
From the negative change of the core APC. They should remain resolute. They will be persecuted. They will be detained. They will be turned corrupt. They shouldn't be afraid. Just as the NPDP members not afraid. Don't go back to APC. Go back and save Nigerians.
Well, let me thank the rAPC for a different reason. At least for once, getting Barrister A.B. Thomas to like a political group, because he's my senior and we have done countless television programs. He has never commended any political party. So rAPC, please try and go to Barrister A.B. Thomas, give him the card. Let him have the card. At least he not likes a group. But on a serious note, my advice to the leadership of the APC, the authentic, the de facto APC, is that the rAPC members remains our brothers. Okay. They are not our enemies. They have told us some bitter truths. You need your friend to tell you that your mouth is smelling. They have told us our mouth is smelling. We need to deodorize our mouth. If we had been using close-up before, we should go for Colgate and such other exotic mouth wash, so that we can wash our mouth and remain a formidable party for 2019.
All right, thank you, gentlemen, for your time and the views canvassed here. Like we always say, opinions, views expressed in this program are entirely those of the ones expressing them. In this case, Barrister Henry Dagmo and Barrister A.B. Thomas. They are never the views of this station. No, of course, coming in. We need to establish that fact. I want to thank you freedom of information for staying with us on a program Politics Today. Be sure to join us next week, Saturday, or we shall bring you a fresh edition. To all our listeners on radio, a bit of a technical hitch while we're not able to bring the program to you live on radio, but I'm sure by next week, Saturday, we should be able to get that sorted out so you can also follow the program when we come on. My name is Sonny Duke Okosun. Thanking you for staying with us. Do have a great weekend. Bye for now.